Hello, I'm going to do the Sagittarius weekly energy, and this is for the 24th to the 31st. And this may or may not be a message for you. This could be something that you're going through, a message you need to hear now. This could be a message for the future, something that's coming up. Maybe it's a confirmation of something you've done in the past. Or it may not resonate at all. So you can always check your other signs. You could check your moon sign, your rising sign. Or it may just not be your week for a message. And you're still working on things, from before. All right, we have Princess of Swords. We have Queen of Wands. We have Nine of Swords. Ace of Wands, Star card, Chariot, Magician, and Five of Wands. All right. So I feel like the Queen of Wands represents you since she came out. So I feel like that represents you. I feel like you've been staying up at night. I feel like you've been stressing about something because you've been fighting with somebody. I feel like there's somebody that you're disagreeing with. I feel like there's somebody that you're not seeing eye to eye with. I feel like there's something that you have to tell somebody, but you don't really want to tell them and you don't know how to tell them. And that's like always the worst. Like if you want to talk to somebody about something and you're like, oh, I don't really know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to, I want to talk to them about the situation, but I don't know how do I approach it? How do I move forward? But I feel like you're going to be able to come up with a solution. I feel like you're going to be able to find the words, that you're going to be able to find the way. But I feel like it's going to be something that's sort of out of the box. Like it's different than how you usually tell somebody. I feel like it's going to be something different. But I definitely feel like you're going to be able to come up with the way on how to tell this person something, and you're going to be able to move forward. We have the Nine of Swords, which is stress and staying up and anxiety and could be nightmares. And we also have the Chariot, which represents moving forward, but it also has a dark horse and a light horse, which also could represent that internal, for you, that internal battle that you're having, that you can't really come up with this answer. But I do feel like with the Magician being on the outside here, that you're going to be able to come up with a solution, and it's going to be very positive. Like there is hope. Okay, don't give up hope. You're going to be able to figure this out. Ace of Wands is a new plan, a new beginning. You're going to be able to come up with this way on how you're going to be able to talk to this person about what you need to tell them. I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, obviously, if this represents you, you know what it is. But I definitely feel like this is something that's been stressing you. And you just have to think outside of the box on how to tell this person. Because I feel like maybe you've communicated with this person before and you've told them things, but they sort of thrown it back in your face and they become defensive. And you're like, why do I even bother? Because this isn't working. And I feel like this time you need to do things differently. Like you have to have a new plan. And I feel like that's why you're stressing, because you're like, well, I've told this person this before and like it just doesn't go right. So but I feel like this time you're going to be able to come up with something that is a different way. Because how the Magician is so, like, he's studying this book and trying to figure out a solution to something. And I feel like that's you, is like trying to figure out a solution on how to communicate with this person. Because I feel like you don't want to just walk away. I feel like this is somebody that you want to communicate this to. So maybe it's telling this person, like going to a neutral area, you know, going someplace, like not in a restaurant, but maybe like go to the beach or go to the park and like have a picnic, you know, or go for a bicycle ride and then have like a little pit stop where you sit and you talk to somebody, or you maybe write a letter, write a note, write down everything that you're thinking and get that out of your head, and then reorganize it, and then give the person the letter, like after you've done this bike ride or you've gone for a walk, like wherever it is, do it in a neutral area, so that way one person doesn't feel like they have control over the other person, so that way you're both on equal ground. You know, whatever that may be, to put you in a different area to talk to this person where this person doesn't get defensive, and you want to be able to get out what you have to say. And I personally feel like giving someone like a letter or a note, not a text message, because I feel like that's not as personal, but I mean, if you have to, then you can, but for me personally, like I'll just write, like I'll take like a whole day or a couple of days and I'll just write like this letter and these different thoughts and ideas that I have, and then I give that to the person and let them read it, and then they can process it and they can think about it. Or maybe like you give it to the person and say, don't respond to me now, but you know, how about tomorrow that we talk about this, so we both have time to think on this, you know, whatever works for you. But I do feel like there's something that you need to get out there, like you have to tell this person, and this is why you've been staying up at night. And there is hope, okay, because we have the Star card. There is hope. So we have Cancer sign here, and then we have Aquarius. But it doesn't mean it has to be those signs. And it could be your partner, it could be your mother or your father or your brother or your sister or a good friend or somebody at work. Like, I don't know specifically like who this person is, but you know, this is somebody, you know, that's important to you. All right, we have Queen of Swords. So it could be like a mother, or it could be an air sign. It could be somebody that's very stern, somebody that's very somebody that's someone that's like hot-tempered or kind of controlling. Maybe you feel like this person is controlling the relationship. So it could represent that. It could be someone like that. And this burden is going to be able to be lifted. I know that once you're able to communicate with this person, you're going to feel so much better. Okay, you're going to feel like this weight is lifted off, because tens are completions, and then have the wands, and it's going up, the staircase is going up to the castle, but they're not quite there. So you still have this, but I feel like you're headed in the right direction, and you're going to be able to come up with the solution on what you need to do to work this out in a different way. Because this is something that's been weighing you down for a while. Like, you're just exhausted from it all. Dragonfly, have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. So having confidence, have confidence of you're going to be able to work this out, that you're going to be able to figure this out, that you're going to be able to communicate with this person, that you're going to be able to lift this burden from yourself, and you're going to be able to move forward. So you have to have confidence. And maybe this will give you answers to other things and how you're going to handle this relationship in the future. You know what I mean? Maybe this will give you some answers that you've been looking for, that you've been needing, that how am I going to keep this person in my life, or you know, how am I going to do that? And I feel like that this will give you answers. All right, you just have to have confidence, because this hasn't been working for you, okay? This has become too stressful for you. So you need to find a solution. And there, like I said, there is hope, okay? If you don't do anything, you're going to keep staying in that cycle, and you're going to keep going through this, okay? You have to find a solution to this, because otherwise it's just always going to be the same, and it's just going to keep, it's not good for you health-wise. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.